What's up guys, and welcome to our very first episode of Belmont News. And for this first episode, I decided to bring you something which caught my attention and not exactly in the best of lights. And the news is, Days Gone director says, if you love a game, buy it at full price. And don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch. And there are so many wrong things with that statement, but we'll get to them in a bit. Let's take a further look on what he said. So it reads, I do have an opinion on something that your audience may find of interest and it might piss some of them off, Gavin replied. If you love a game, buy it at full price. I can't tell you how many times I've seen gamers say, yeah, I got that on sale, I got it through PS Plus, whatever. Moving on, Jeff responded by asking Garvin, how are you supposed to know if you love a game until you've played it? And then Garvin says, I'm just saying you don't, but don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch. Garvin replied, it's like God of War got whatever number of millions of sales at launch and, Days Gone didn't. I'm just speaking for me personally as a developer. I don't work for Sony. I don't know what the numbers are. He's whining. Okay, let's break this down. First of all, God of War is an established franchise. Everyone knows it. We know about its quality, we know about its story, we know what it's about. For example, if somehow magically Konami decided to make another Metal Gear, and especially if Kojima was involved in it, then I would buy it. I would buy it at launch because I have enough information. I have enough personal experience about it to buy this game at launch. And I'm sorry, Days Gone was a new IP, and from what I've seen on trailers and what a lot of people have seen on trailers, it seemed like more of the same that we were getting. And it's also very funny, it's pretty funny to me that the developers can expect, I'm not saying that every developer has this childish attitude of, no, you have to buy my game as soon as it launches because of, because I want it. All right, that's what this is. And it's also very peculiar that developers will not bother to put out demonstrations for people to have their own experiences, for people to see the games for themselves. Now, one may argue, well, you have YouTube videos, you have playthroughs. Okay, brother, but it's a different thing, seeing a video and actually getting to experience it for yourself. And you know what? There's something to be said about PlayStation Plus, and I know I'm not alone in this. You guys know the game Control, developed by Remedy Entertainment? Well, here's the thing about it. When it first came out, I didn't even know it was made by Remedy. I had kind of been burned out by modern AAA games because it came to a point where, to me, they all looked, played, and felt exactly like the fucking same. So I gave it a wide berth. I didn't even think about it. And eventually it was released on PS Plus. I downloaded it, and I haven't finished it yet. I really take my time with games. And you know what? I liked it so much that I went ahead and bought the 2 DLCs at once. And why did I do that? Because after I played it, the game turned out to be fucking amazing. The game resonated with me so much that I just bought the 2 fucking DLCs at once without a single thought. So how's that for success? Really, and I like this game so much that as soon as, if they make a second Control game, I'm buying it. I'm buying it day one. First, because I know it's Remedy Entertainment and they make amazing games. And second, the first game was amazing. Now, what this guy seemed to miss or altogether ignore in his whining, he had a new IP out and he just expected everyone to buy it because he wanted us to, is that nowadays we have a tremendous influx of games. Take my case, for example. I had completely shied away from AAA games because they were all starting to look, feel, and play the same. You really couldn't tell one from the other. They all looked the same, they all played the same, their story was bland, so why? But as soon as I got a hold of Control, which was released on PS Plus, my perspective changed. Not only it made me value Control, but also it made me rethink, okay, so maybe there are some AAA games out there that could be worth my while. And I just have to return to this. I'm sorry. How are you supposed to know you love a game until you've played it? To which he replies, I'm just saying you don't. He should have stopped there. You know, you don't, I'm bullshitting. Let's retract this. Let's pretend this never happened. But he continues. But don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel if it wasn't supported at launch. What he's saying doesn't make sense. To demand this type of support, to demand this type of support for a product, especially if it's a new IP, out of goodwill, out of people's goodwill, with the abundance of buggy games that have plagued us in the last decade. I'm sorry, that's just being absolutely arrogant. That's just being childish. You have to buy my game. No, we do not. So in the end, this was a very emotional and childish, entitled response. No one has to buy a game at launch. No one has to feel bad for buying a game at a sale or getting it for free and then loving it, because again, the chances of someone who's actually interested in the game, oh, I got this for free, or well, I spent so little money on this and I liked it so much, so let's see if there's some extra content that I can buy, whether because you want to support the developers or because, like it was in my case with Control, the game was so good I thought, hey, the DLCs, and coming from Remedy Entertainment, which made Max Payne 2, it's gotta be awesome, or at least at the same level. So this happens. And anyway, that was it for our very first Belmont News episode. So let me know in the comments about what you think, and I will be bringing you guys a lot more news from now on. I think it's pretty important to keep people informed. And also, there will be certain instances where I will find it interesting to give out my opinion, for those who wish to hear it. So that was it for today. Take care, and I'll see you later.